no second thoughts that school leadership does matter. In fact, there is evidence to prove that leaders directly or indirectly promote improvement by using transformational or instructional strategies. So, what is transformational and instructional strategy? Well, transformational strategy would be more about the vision, mission, and the aim of the institution, about setting directions and enhancing qualities. On the other hand, the instructional strategies have more to do with establishing clear goals, planning the curriculum, and evaluating teachers to enhance the quality of classroom teaching. The process of this, the impact of school leadership on learning, this might be slow. However, over time, the impact is evident. We all know that over the last 20 years, there have been efforts to improve the standards of achievement of students through various school reforms, not only here in India, but also worldwide. And this has culminated in the profile change of school leaders. International research has provided evidence that there is a direct and positive correlation between the leadership and quality of teaching, learning, and achievements of students. Creating a positive school climate, continuous professional development of staff, and promoting leadership in turn promotes student motivation, engagement, and achievement. Studies have shown that when leaders promote values such as integrity, compassion, fairness, it has direct impact on the students' academic outcomes. So I would conclude by saying that the necessary synergy provided by the school leadership is vital for student learning.
There's little doubt that teachers have always been the backbone to building any nation. But NEP 2020, I would say, is a much more bold and visionary expression and lays a very clear pathway to realize the larger vision of a country like ours, to become a self-reliant India, to become a skilled India, to take up global leaderships by nurturing the right human resource potential. And therefore, every teacher has a huge role and responsibility in this nation building exercise. I just make a small point here. If you look at the Global Innovation Index, which is perhaps one of the parameters of interest to us, India as a country, we stand somewhere around 48. We have gone up a few numbers in the last few years, but that's not, I would say, the right position for a country with a very high intellect quotient like India. So what is essential is a sweeping change in the pedagogy to involve the students in a participatory learning, in an experiential learning, in a research-based learning, to ensure that the intellectual capacity of our country is convoluted with the creative minds. We create a platform to allow them to express their creativity, and which would perhaps result in our global ranking on innovation and entrepreneurship, though orders higher. That's just one of the several aspects. As a country, we have to ensure that we retain the position as cultural capital in the world, to retain those ethical and high values for humanity. These are things that the whole world over, they've been looking to India for ages. And it's time that we retain those positions. And that's the only way possible to attain this is through a participatory involvement in this national mission through NEP 2020.
So I speak from the position of a grassroots teacher, a classroom teacher for the longest period of time. All right. And through my years, what I have noticed is that, first of all, I'm so happy that NEP is actually now positioning the teacher as the principal or the school leader as somebody who will put forth a vision, who will put forth a strategy, who will work not just on in sustaining a school, but in improving a school. That the school principal will be the innovator. See, all these years, the school principals that were spoken about were those of outlier schools. Like, we have one principal who's leading the Scindia school or the Doon school, or there is some school which is highly transformational, a story to tell. Currently, every principal is being expected to be an innovator. The role of the principal, from being just an administrator and person who's managing the resources, to somebody who's a thought leader too. Now, first thing is what Mrs. Mukherjee also said, that first is that I believe, firmly rooted, I am in this belief that the last mile delivery is the most crucial point. The school exists in the classroom, and an education system is as good as the teacher in the classroom. If you have a joyous teacher, you have joyful learning. If you have an innovative teacher, you have an innovative system. And the second most important factor, I strongly believe, is the school leadership. It is the sensibilities through personal experience, through working under different leaders. It is the sensibilities of the principal that percolate down to the culture of the school. And as is the culture of the school, the student learning outcome depends hugely on that. And that makes the case for the 50 hours of the professional development that they have spoken about. So much depends on the vision of the principal. Like if a principal believes in teacher empowerment, if the teacher feels supported by the principal, it travels into the classroom. It travels to the student to become the learning outcome. In our school, for example, I can give an example of my school. There is a huge amount of emphasis on being positive, on affirmative communication, on humanism. And that is there in every policy of the school, in every decision that we take of the school. And that goes and travels into the classroom. And hence, I feel it also becomes the learning outcome. How much buy-in there is from the teachers? I'm talking about responsive leadership.